Yo, what's going on guys? It's your boy WhipWhyWin back at you with another deck profile. Today we'll be covering pure Swordsoul. Okay, let's get straight into this. To start off, we've got triple Ecclesia, triple Long Yuan, and triple Mogi. These cards are pretty much essential for the deck to run at 3. And then we're only actually playing 2 Tai A. I just don't think it's that necessary, especially now we're not playing with the 10 extra. Still just one Jun, kind of like Osohime in Virtual World. Comes up sometimes, but most of the time you don't need it. And it's also searchable, so in those times you do need it, then you can get it out. Okay, Ash Blossom, Effect Veiler, Ghost Spell, and Infinite Impermanence. Just a widespread of hand traps. You could actually play Ghost Mourner instead of Imperm or Effect Veiler, and that could also give you more like cross-out protection. Although I just think that this is probably the better option, especially since we're actually running cross-out Designator. But even if you do swap them out for one of them out for a Ghost Mourner, you can still have the other 3 pretty popular things you can stop with Cross-Out. Cross-Out can also stop Fusion Destiny, I believe, and I can't stop Verte, but it can still stop Fusion Destiny, which is great. Okay, then we've got Caught by the Grave. Again, hand trap negation is great. Fusion Destiny, this card's amazing. The Stray Phoenix Enforcer works really well in this deck, and now we've got a lot more room because we're not running the 10U package. Then we're playing two Malicious, instead of Destiny Hero, Dasher. I just think Malicious is a little bit better, and also this was only a 39 card deck, and I was playing Dasher, so I just ended up swapping them out for Malicious. The only problem with this is you can draw into one, although you do have some ways to discard it, and then once you've got it in the grave, then it's also just a free body on the field. Okay, then we've got Celestial, amazing. Pot of Desires, you could really also just play Pot of Extravagance and Pot of Prosperity, but I just prefer to run Desires because we're running all the important cards in the main deck. There are either 2 or 3 of us, and it's unlikely you're going to banish them all. Then 3 with the rotor for the deck. We're only playing 1 Spiritual Peak, just it's not that necessary now, we're not playing the 10U package. Sudden Shift, you could actually play 3 in this deck, but I ended up just playing 2. And finally we've got Gold Suck. This card's great just because you can banish your spells and traps and then activate their effects, so it's actually a free body on the field, plus you can add Sudden Shift to your hand in the second standby phase. May not ever get to there, but it's still free body on the field, and then you can also change levels here. Okay, onto the extra deck, we've got Destroy Phoenix Enforcer. Most of this is pretty similar to the 10U one, so I'll just go over this quick. So we've got Ryzen, Baron de Fleur, Baxia, 1 Chengying, and 2 Qi Xiao. Still a Draco Berserker, this card's amazing, even though we're not playing 10Us. Omega, Shooting Riser Dragon, this is one of the new additions, this card's great. Shen, because we do have a bit more room now, we added Shen. Zorora, still I believe this is a pretty good card to play in this deck, and we've got that Artemis to use it, but getting that negation of one type of monster can completely shut down some decks. It's not the best thing in every deck, although there's some decks that you can stop is worth it, I think. Number 41, Baguska. This is an amazing card, and now we're not really playing Zeus. That quick burn damage into Zeus isn't as necessary, or the attack. So this is just a good card to end on. Artemis again for Zorora, and finally Verte, so we can get Destroy Phoenix Enforcer a lot easier. Often I don't find myself making Verte. Usually when I do summon Destroy Phoenix Enforcer, it's actually off hard drawing Fusion Destiny, because the monsters on your field are a lot better to go into Synchro monsters than most of the time, but other times, straight Phoenix Enforcer is the best option. Okay, onto the side deck. It's not really side deck, more just ideas. So we've got the Magistus Monsters, and then Dark Alone and more Forbidden Droplet. This deck, unless you draw like 2-3 hand traps, can have a hard time going second. So this is a great card to have in your side deck. So you could even main board it if you want. And then also Rivalry of the Warlords, just because all of our things are worm type. It's an amazing card. Anyway guys, that's going to wrap it up for today's deck profile. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next one.